Recently, there have been concerns around the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. The government says it is aware of the situation and the homegrown school feeding program as part of its strategy to attract more children to primary school. The attendance and performance of students in secondary school is yet another concern. Earlier this week, the National Bureau of Statistics released more information about the 2018 examination results organized by the West African Examinations Council. Joining me now is Channels Television's data consultant, Babajide Ogusowo, to discuss the 2018 WAEC results and its implications. So, Babajide, this is a pretty interesting topic for you. First of all, while there are several achievements and challenges facing education in Nigeria, how have we performed? How have our secondary school education performed over the years, considering the 2018 WAEC result that's been released?
I like the way you've started it, but permit me to start from a slightly different perspective. And I have this up in my hand, and I'll ask you a question. What am I holding up here?
That's your passport, or a passport, sorry.
Okay. Now, just like you, in the last 3 decades, I've always believed this is a passport.
And the Nigerian passport.
The Nigerian passport. But what if I tell you this isn't the Nigerian passport? What do I mean? Education is the passport of the future, Malcolm X. And so this really is the Nigerian travel document. Education is the Nigerian passport. So tonight, I'd like to start with looking at the top 3 facts on the recent results of WAEC. And the first fact shows that 1.7 million students wrote and sat for the WAEC examination results. Why is this 1.7 million number so important? There's a small country beside Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea. Even the population of Equatorial Guinea is not up to 1.7 million. And so every year, this means that we must be creating at least 1.7 million new employment opportunities for these young Nigerians. Now let's carefully look at the second fact. The second fact reveals that 93% of all these students that wrote WAEC, 93% are in public secondary schools. And so when people ask about where is the future of Nigeria, Amrachi, the future of Nigeria is in the public secondary school. Because those that attend the public secondary schools will become the new teachers of the future. They will be the new civil servants. Right. And yes, they will be the public servants. So the future of Nigeria is in the public secondary school. Now let's also look at the third fact, which is where we should be concerned about. More than half of those 1.7 million students that sat for WAEC had less than the required pass mark. And by that we mean 5 credits in English, 5 credits including English and maths. Less than half of these students had less than 5 credits in English and maths. And so the question is, why are students not doing well in WAEC? And that is the right question to ask.
Yeah, and those who didn't do well in English and maths, are they the subjects, that are there areas in the country where people have performed better in these subjects, and are there ways that we can improve on them?
English and maths are important just like the other subject. But why English and maths is where a lot of Nigerians focus on is because you need English and maths to be able to attend some courses in university. If you want to become a doctor, you want to become an engineer, you want to become a scientist, you need English and maths. So I'd like us to quickly take a very fast look about the regional performance, because you don't have enough time to look at the performance state by state. And here's what you'll find if we take a close look at the regional performance. Southeast, if there were to be a gold medal, 66% of students that sat for the exam in the southeastern region had a minimum of 5 credits, including English and maths. If you look carefully, what you will notice is all the 3 northern regions had scored less than 50%. In short, the regions in the north require to improve in the performance of maths and English. What does this mean? This means that it is most unlikely for doctors and engineers
to emerge from these areas.
Exactly.
Right. And then you have a pretty interesting statistic on girls' attendance in secondary schools. Tell me about that.
We need to protect our girls. And quickly, what the attendance and what the results from the National Bureau of Statistics reveals is that there are still a lot of states where our girls are not attending school. And if you quickly pull that up, what you will find out is a lot of the states in the north, from Katsina, Taraba, Bauchi, Sokoto, Kebbi, Jigawa, Yobe, Zamfara, we see that a lot of the students that wrote WAEC within these states were male. So for instance, let's look at Zamfara. Only 29% of students who wrote WAEC in Zamfara state were women. And that has significant implications for how the economy is structured, because it simply means the girls within those states will not be able to compete with the men in future. And whatever it is, even if you can't remember all of the statistics we've shared tonight, let's remember this.
Passport.
That this is a travel document. The passport of the future
is education.
Malcolm X.
Thank you so much, Babajide. Pretty
pleasure is all
interesting
mine.
conversation with you. Thanks for being with us here on the News at 10.